Hello, my name is David Robertson. I'm the Director of Career Services at UC San Diego School of International Relations and Pacific Studies. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to organize your job search, in particular, how to have a successful job search. I've got actually 12 different items I'm going to share with you in the next 10 minutes. The first is make sure you're using LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a must, especially for doing research on finding organizations, companies, and people that you want to connect with. Use the advanced search function to find people, which is no charge. It's just the basic profile on LinkedIn. And make sure your profile is robust. It should be, everything you've done should be in there. Recruiters actively use LinkedIn to find people. They're using an advanced search function themselves. They're putting in keywords. And so the more you have in there, the more likely they're going to find you. I don't really literally mean that everything you've done, but it's not like a resume that's going to be printed or emailed to someone that they're going to be reading it. And so you do need to keep that concise. But for LinkedIn, mostly people are going to be searching. And so you want to have a nice, robust profile. Second, make sure you get organized. This is really important. Half the battle, I think, in getting a job is just being organized about it and having good follow through. So make sure you create a spreadsheet and have it be your target list of companies and organizations you're interested in, and then keep information about each company. So you might have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, who knows, organizations on your spreadsheet, and you want to have the website link, names of people you're connecting with there and their contact information, notes about when you've applied for something. But that spreadsheet should be your go-to planning document for your job search. And then make sure you're tailoring your materials. Too many people don't do this. They don't tailor their resume and their cover letter to the job they're applying for. So make sure that you find out as much as you can about the company, about the role, and make sure that your resume and cover letter is related, hitting all the points they're looking for. Number 5, distinguish yourself. So on a cover letter, don't write to whom it may concern, dear sir, dear madam. You want to make sure that you do your research and try and find the name of a person to address your letter to. It's much more impressive on their end if you've done that extra work. Plus, they might think, wow, this person must know somebody here. They've got the name of the person on there. Can't always do that, but whenever possible, you should try to. Don't make silly mistakes. Recruiters, hiring managers going through tons and tons of resumes, they look for easy ways to take you out of the pile. And silly mistakes, typos, punctuation, grammar problems, formatting, inconsistency, those kinds of things are easy ways for them to take you out of the pile. Everything you do as a part of your job search is reflective of what you'd be like on the job. So if you can't pay attention to details on your own materials, what's to make them think that you will do so on the job with their stuff? Job boards. A lot of people use Monster, Career Builder, things like that to apply for jobs. And certainly you want to look at those, but most people will spend 80-90% of their time on that when it should be the reverse. Really, you should spend most of your time on networking, on connecting with people, and only a smaller percentage of your time looking on those websites. Because if it's on a website, a million other people have seen it too. And many times someone's already been decided to be hired. So really don't rely on those. It's a false sense of security. You see all those jobs on there. It's safe to sit at home and just apply for things and feel accomplished. But really, you need to get out there and talk to people. Which leads me to the next item, which is networking. You do have to get out there and talk to people. There's virtual networking, like using LinkedIn to connect with people. That's fine. But whenever possible, you want to go out and do informational interviewing with people. You want to go to networking events where you can meet people, talk to them, impress them, develop a relationship with them, follow up with them, so they can serve as an advocate for you on the inside of the organization when there is a job that you want to apply for. Now you've got someone that can help you stand out because they're going to walk your resume over to the hiring manager, and now you've separated yourself from the pack. Setting up informational interviews. Got to do that. I've got other videos, you may have already seen them, on informational interviewing, on distinguishing yourself, and on salary negotiation. and doing informational interviews. So check those out. But informational interviews are a key part of networking, where you will ask for time to sit down with someone, 15 to 30 minutes, and interview them. Ask them about their job, what do they like about the organization, things like that, with the goal of you gathering information that'll help you fine-tune your job search, but also with the goal of developing a relationship on the inside of an organization, someone who can serve as an advocate for you. The next one, for interviewing, a lot of people make a mistake and they don't practice interviewing. So when you do get an interview, make sure you practice. Sit down with a friend, a career coach, classmate, and go through the typical questions and some specific questions you think they're likely to ask you. And also, if possible, do it on camera, to do a mock interview and be able to then go back and look at you and how you answered is really helpful. Both the body language and what you're verbally saying, you can learn a lot from that. So you can do that yourself with a webcam, or you can do it with a career coach or a friend. But do multiple mock interviews before each real interview, and you'll feel so much more comfortable. You may still be nervous, but you're not going to be as nervous as you would have if you hadn't done it. Interviewing is something that most people don't do very much of. So anytime you can practice, you're going to be a little bit better. In addition to answering frequently asked questions that you can find online, you should also take the job description and turn all of the items in the job description into questions, and then answer those, because probably that's what they're doing at the company. They're probably taking the job description and turning those into questions. In theory, those are the most important parts of the job. So it's a good way to really anticipate what they're going to be asking. So if they ask for something like, in the job description, they want someone who's extremely organized and detail oriented, good with follow through, just turn that into a question. Tell me about a time where you had to organize something. Give me an example of your ability to pay attention to detail. Give me an example of your follow through, and then answer those. Next, branding yourself. This is something that most people really don't take the time to do, but I think could be a difference maker for you. In branding yourself, you spend some time, of course, thinking about what is your brand. What is it that you bring to the table? What are your unique skills and interests and values that define who you are as a professional? And then, you want to get that out there. So whether it's a theme that comes forward on your cover letter, on a resume, in an interview, or in your LinkedIn profile, you should do that. A great way to help with your brand is to have a blog. If you don't already have a blog, consider starting one. It can be something as simple as once a week you write some thoughts about a particular topic that's, again, affiliated with your brand. So, for example, if your brand is that you want to work in the area of mobile health, and you want to continue to push that industry forward, then you could write a blog about the mobile health industry, where you write both original thoughts, but a lot of it could be things that you read and then reflect on in a blog. And pretty soon, all of a sudden you're an expert on mobile health, and maybe you're looking for opportunities where you can speak about it, whether it's workshops or conferences and things like that. If you do enough research on a topic and you write about it enough, then people may want to hear from you. So doing those kinds of things are great too. Anything to get your name out there on the web, so a blog will do that, and postings and following other people, and then push out your blog on social media. So have it on your LinkedIn profile, have it on your Facebook. Do those kinds of things that will get your name out there, so that when people are doing searches, they're more likely to find you. But also in your applications, you can include this information, and potential employers will be impressed with your proactiveness, your initiative. They'll be impressed with the fact that you're, compared to the other person, you're probably a little bit more up to date what's going on in the field. And then lastly, be informed. Make sure that you spend time learning about your industry and or the city that you are looking to work in, because you want a lot of things to draw upon. Whether it's in networking or interviewing, you want more to talk about. So for example, if you're looking for a job in San Francisco, you would want to go to events where people are going to be out and about to network. And if you go to the event and you're reading the local newspapers, you're reading the local business papers, and this can be online or print, you'll have a lot more to draw upon. You'll know what's going on in the community. So read about what's happening culturally, sports, economics, the politics, society pages, entertainment, all of that. Know what's going on, and you'll find it easier to participate in conversations, to start conversations, because you can have more of opinions about things. So those are my quick 12 tips on how to have a successful job search. Thanks.